Good morning, Panthers. Welcome to another amazing episode of CTV2. I'm Gabby Amral.
And I'm Shakur Williams,
bringing Charter's latest to you. Tuesday, band is having a fundraiser at Jeremiah's.
Attention all high school class officers, your meeting will be this Wednesday.
And Thursday is the Key Club induction meeting at 6 p.m. in the cafeteria.
Don't forget to buy your books in room 205 before Thanksgiving.
Hey Panthers, until November 28th, Swim will be selling Yeti cups with the CSCS logo. 20 ounces are for $25 and 30 ounces are for $35.
Now here's worldwide news.
Welcome back to another week's episode of Worldwide News. This week I'm here with Mr. Cox and we're going to talk about some issues pertaining to voting. So for the first question, why is it so important for people to vote?
Well, for us to keep our political process and keep our democracy, we all have to be able to participate in that political democracy. We all have to exercise our civic duty and get out and support the candidates that we choose and cast our votes.
That's completely true. So for our second question, what was your first experience like voting?
Wow, it was
if
brilliant.
You can remember.
Oh, I remember. 1984, and I was 18 years old. Ronald Reagan was running for re-election, and I could not have been more excited. I was a news junkie even as a kid, as a teenager. And for me to be able to participate in the political process and cast my vote for what I believed was the greatest president to serve, I can't tell you how excited I was.
My father loved Reagan. I know that for sure. And for our last question, what are some things that people tend to overlook when they're voting?
Policy. I mean, understanding the issues. How many people just vote because they like how someone talks and walks and dresses and sounds without understanding the underlying issues and knowing what that person really stands for? And if a person really believes in the policy that candidate believes, then by all means he should cast his vote for that person.
I agree. Now I'm here with Mr. Garcia, and I was wondering what your first experience like was voting.
My first experience voting was the 2000 election when George Bush was running against Al Gore, and it was, as most Floridians can remember who voted then, it was quite an experience because Florida was right in the middle of it when the process was really tight and they weren't sure who was going to win. Florida was one of those states that was the determining
factor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Worldwide News. Catch you next week.
Hey Panthers, Brianna Sauce here for another episode of CSPN. Now that fall sports has ended, winter sports are blowing in. The sports we'll be covering for this season are soccer, basketball, wrestling, and competitive cheerleading. Our final update on fall sports, our varsity football team won their last game against Pompano Beach High School with a score of 23-7. It was also senior night for our players, our athletic trainers, our cheerleaders, our marching band, and their color guard. Here's a quick recap of our senior Panthers. Some quick announcements for our soccer teams. JV and varsity boys has a game today and Thursday. Our JV girls has a game today and Wednesday, and our varsity girls has a game today. Now here's Patrick for the Panther Play.
What is up, Panthers? Patrick Economo here, bringing you this week's Panther Play of the Week. This week we have an exclusive interview with the varsity football head coach, Coach Garris. Take a look. Hey Panthers, I'm here with Coach Garris, the coach of the varsity football team. So Coach, what was your most memorable moment of the season?
Well, there were a couple of them. Just really quick, one was definitely a highlight with our seniors, with our senior retreat this summer, where we got to work with those guys about character and leadership. And we even went out and did a little bit of paintballing together to bond, and we had a blast there. And most certainly one of the best memories, too, is always towards the end of the season, ending it with a win like we did and having all those seniors and the other guys come up to give you the hug and the thank you is what keeps you going as a coach.
So what do you guys think you improved the most on, and what do you guys still need to work on for the next coming season?
I think the biggest thing was really the most basic, and that's the commitment level that we got out of the kids consistently from, when I began back in February. The kids started to consistently devote their time, and we had our ups and downs with that. But that's the first thing is with them showing up, and the number two, what they did, and it showed up on the field every single week, was their effort. They always brought extraordinary effort when they showed up, and that's all we can ever ask out of them.
And lastly, what if you could go back, would there be anything you would want to change?
Oh man, we always look at things that we can change. So is there one thing? It's hard to pinpoint. We always make little minor changes here and there, but we just kind of stick to what we call the process for us, and we always evaluate that thing and try to make it better and more efficient. So,
Thank you, Coach.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Patrick. That's all for this week. See you next week for another episode of CSPN, only on CTV2.
Hi, my name's Tyler Rose and I'm a senior. I used to be a normal guy, and then I met Alex Bale, and he made a fake newspaper and said I was dead, and then he made a video and said I was part of the Illuminati.
Look at what happens when you type Tyler Rose into Google Images. Clearly he is trying to use the internet to spread his Illuminati propaganda.
And I don't know what I did to Bale, but he keeps making videos about me, and now everyone's like, oh, Tyler Rose, he's dead, or oh, Tyler Rose, he's part of the Illuminati, and I just want to have a normal life. I came on Behind the ID to let everyone know that I'm not dead, and I'm not a part of the Illuminati.
Or is he? What is Tyler Rose's last name? Rose. A rose is a type of plant. Plants are green. What else is green? The color green. The word green has 5 letters. Tyler Rose has 2 eyes. 5 minus 2 equals 3. And how many sides does the Illuminati triangle have? That's right, 3. Tyler Rose equals Illuminati confirmed.
I need better people for this segment. Jesus.
Hey guys, I'm Nick Smith, this week's host for Business and Technology. This Tuesday through Saturday, DECA is going to be having an awesome power trip to Seattle, Washington. There they will be going to Microsoft and Starbucks headquarters, and they will see what exactly goes on behind the scenes there. They'll finish off their trip at the University of Washington with an awesome business presentation there. Seniors, make sure that you finish EverFi or you will not be able to graduate. See your advisory teachers for more information. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
How do you feel about the shutting down of Vine?
Well, I feel like it was being kind of outdated, and Snapchat and Instagram kind of took over.
I feel that it couldn't compete with Instagram and Twitter with funny videos and stuff like that.
What do you think Vine could have done to avoid getting shut down?
Well, I think that a lot of people think they're funny, but they're not, and they post stupid videos.
I feel like they could have extended the time to like 15 or 30 seconds in one clip.
Out of all the Vines, what would you say is your favorite Vine?
Free Shabaka, dude.
Oh, my favorite Vine was the one when she got hit with the shovel.
I care because I am transgender and personally experience the hatred and cruelty that my community endures.
I care because 68% of LGBT youth say they hear negative messages about being LGBT from elected leaders.
I care because my cousin is bisexual and I want to ensure that nobody has to endure the persecutions that she has.
I care because 77% of LGBT youth know that things will get better.
I care because I have family involved in the LGBT community, and I wish that everyone had as much support as they do.
I care because 92% of LGBT youth say they hear negative messages about them being LGBT, with the main sources being school, the internet, and their peers.
I care because people shouldn't be treated differently for being who they are.
I care because roughly 73% of LGBT youth say they are more honest about themselves online than in the real world.
I care because some of my best students and some of my best friends from college are part of the LGBT community.
And I care because everyone deserves peace and love, and it doesn't matter to me if you're a girl or a boy, or black or white, and what you identify as for your gender. So give peace a chance.
I care because those are my friends.
I care because that's my family.
I care because those are my students.
If you see a safe space poster or sticker on a door or in a classroom, the teacher or administrator in that room is an ally to the LGBT community. In safe spaces, LGBT individuals are accepted. The teacher will be knowledgeable about sexual orientation and gender identity and can provide resources and support.
A Chinese news company called Phoenix New Media Limited came to Coral Springs Charter to interview students on voting.
嗨，你好，我们是从中国北京过来的，是凤凰网的记者，加油！你们叫豹子队是吧？
The Mexican style, rich margaritas by the blue line. Listen to the mariachi play at
Hey Panthers, this is Brianna Sauce, and today we have Congressman Ted Deutsch, who's running for Florida's 22nd District. What did you learn from listening to Congressman Ted Deutsch, and what concerns do you have from this?
I learned where he stands in certain positions, like in certain issues. I think that's important for people who are voting this upcoming election. I don't really have any concerns. I think he addressed every issue pretty fairly.
And I've introduced legislation to give people to help address the student loan crisis, to give people the opportunity to have lower student loan interest rates. I've worked hard to make sure that lenders don't take advantage of college students who incur debt when they go to college. And that if you've got student loans, that they don't wind up affecting you for the rest of your life and the decisions that you make about what you're going to do and where you're going to live and whether you're going to have a family.
Well, I was really happy that he was here speaking to students today, and I was happy that he talked about immigration because I think that is a problem. I think that the Syrian refugees, we have to look carefully and see who we're going to allow into our country.
What did you learn from the students' concerns and the pressing issues that they have?
Well, I didn't really learn, it was confirmed that the students are paying attention to the debates, they're paying attention to what's going on in the country and in the world, and I wish that more people were as engaged and as focused on all of the challenges that we face. They're going to make great contributions to our country, there's no question. This is Congressman Ted Deutsch. Thanks for having me at Coral Springs Charter, and go Panthers.
Robbie, what are you doing? Alex, you're so good at everything. I need your help. I can't figure out how to sharpen my pencil. You just gotta plug it in, man. There you go. Oh, thanks, Alex. No problem.
Alex, how do I do this math problem?
Oh, it's easy. All you gotta
Alex,
I forgot my locker combo.
Alex, my phone won't turn on.
Alex, what do I do with my hands?
I need help with my homework. Alex, I need your help. Alex. I'm confused. Alex, what do I do with my hands? Alex.
I can't help everyone at once. There's got to be a better way. What the? That's it. You've got questions, I've got questions, everyone's got questions. Well, question no more. I can answer all of your questions in my brand new newspaper column, Bale's Bad Advice. It's time for the first question. Alex, how do I get a good grade on a test? It's easy. You take your test, then you take a common household pen, then you just, and there you go. A+, look at it, easy peasy. That's some bad advice. Alex, how do I get a girlfriend? Well, you've come to the right place. I've had many girlfriends in my day. It's easy. Let me show you.
Hey Panthers, Brianna Sauce here for another episode of CSPN.
That's some bad advice. Now it's time for our final question. Alex, how do I stop my parents from getting a divorce? I'm sorry. I don't know how to respond to that question. Bad advice. Submit your questions to cscpoprin@gmail.com and put Bale's Bad Advice in the subject. And if you have any serious questions, put letter to the editor in the subject. And you'll put letter to the editor in the subject. And then the editor-in-chief, Raven Knoll, is a picture of her right there. I'm gonna put just, and she'll answer it. Cause I do the funny questions, she could do the serious questions. That's some bad.
Thanks for watching another amazing episode of CTV2. This has been Gabby Armstrong.
And I'm Squirt Williams.
Bringing Town Latest to you. Bye, have a nice week.
See you next Monday.